Okay, Mike Wood here with a short little webinar on eBay fees and costs. What we're looking at here is the eBay store pricing. And you can find this by going to stores.ebay.com. You can also see that if you go to your account, to the My Account, and then subscriptions, and then subscribe, it brings you to this page. Or the URL up here is ebay.com/sub, S-U-B, /subscriptions. So those are some different ways to get to this. But basically this outlines eBay's store fees, and this helps you understand why it's valuable to do a store. So what they don't show here is eBay gives everybody the first 50 items. Every month, every seller who comes on eBay, new or old, doesn't matter, the first 50 items you list each month are free. No cost to list the item. Okay? Now you still have a final value fee when you sell the item, and it talks about those down in here with those fees, and they've got a link to where you can see all that. On average, most items you sell are going to be 10% final value fee. So if you sell something for $10, you're paying a $1 fee. Okay? That's just how the final value fee works. But the reason we want to do a store is, look at this starter store. So the starter store level, for $4.95 a month, you would want to do it on a subscription, yearly subscription, so you're paying a lower amount. For $4.95, basically $5 a month, you can list 100 items. Well, each additional item is 30 cents, but remember, what they're not showing us here is what happens if we don't have a store. First 50 items don't have a cost, but after that, they actually charge you 35 cents per listing. And so when you get a store, you get a discount on additional listings. And so what I mentioned a moment ago is on that, first 50, no store. After that, you get 35 cents per listing. So if you were to do 100 items without a store, then that extra 50 is going to cost you $17.50. And so it's definitely worth it to do a store right away to get lower fees, right? Okay, so that's the starter store. Well, what if we go over 100? Once we get to about 118, between 118 to 120 items listed, so just 20 more than this basic thing, then we're already spending this much money. And with that basic store, instead of spending $22 and only getting to list 100 and then getting charged, or 120 basically for that price is what it would come out to. Well, let's go to the basic store, and now we can do 250 items for $22. Okay? This doesn't matter whether these are brand new or it doesn't matter. So look at this. This is free fixed price insertion. So if we do a fixed price listing, we can do 250 of them. If we want to do auction listings as well, where we started as an auction, run it for 7 days, then we can do another 250 auction listings free each month within this basic store. Okay? It doesn't matter whether these fixed price listings or auction, it doesn't matter whether they're new or used items. That's irrelevant. We get 250 items free each month, fixed price. And if we want to do auction, we can do 250 of those within this store level, okay? And then if we go over that on either auction or fixed price, then we get charged a fee of 25 cents per item. And so again, we got to watch those fees. And when we get I forget the numbers, I think it's somewhere around 400 items, that's another 150. Well, then we're spending, then our fees add up to, just our insertion fees add up to about this level, so that's where it makes sense to go to the premium store. And after that, gosh, we got to go up to 4,000 items because we have such low fees. So it really before it makes sense to upgrade, right? So it really makes sense to do a store. Now the other thing to look at here is the final value cap. Okay, final value is the 10% that they charge after the item sells. Well, if you've got a basic store, you could sell $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. You could sell $10,000 worth of items, and you're only going to get charged $350. You're not going to get charged $1,000 with 10,000 items because you're on a store and they cap that. And so there are a lot of benefits to doing a store. But again, do these levels, you only go up to these when you're already spending that amount. It doesn't make sense to go in and pay $22 if you're starting slow and you've only got 20 items listed, because your first 50 are free, right? But as soon as you hit 51, it makes sense to go in and start doing the store.